Tightened up the line.
Showed up at like between 4 and 5 a.m. over at the doors before they even open. They open them at 6 o'clock. Everybody comes rushing in. There's a bunch of GenCon staff right here outside yelling at us, get in line if you're here for Lorcana. So everybody comes up in here. We're literally just like this. Everybody's in the line, chilling. We're here until 9:30, so 3.5 hours. We're chilling in this line. Everybody's koshy-dory. Then 9:30, right before the doors open, some angry GenCon staffer pops out and opens up, pops all these lines up here at the front and says, GenCon doesn't do lines, there is no line. So then everybody freaks out, rushes forward.
I thought it was just some dude that started it. I didn't realize it was GenCon staff.
Yeah. So everybody freaks out, rushes forward, but then we all thought we needed to go through that door. We didn't. So everybody that showed up here early went through the wrong door. Everybody that got here like between I'd say 8 and 10, they were all back here at the back of the line. Well, that's the door you're supposed to go through. So they lined up over there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Early, we went through those doors. We got to the line, to the booth. They said, no, the line starts there. So we had to walk all the way around the booth. By the time we came out, all the other people that were chilling over here they'd already started filling in this area again because this was the overflow line. So by the time we walked around the booth, came back out, there was another 400 people in line ahead of us.
What?
Yeah, so I just said bounce. Went about my day, and about 2 p.m. I came back, and the line was super short, and so I was like, let me just hop in, see if there's anything, see if I can snag anything. I managed to get a couple of boosters that they had as like a booster prize, and so now I'm back.
Get anything out of the boosters?
Out of the box, nothing super special. Or like the ones out of the box. But out of my starter deck that I had a demo yesterday, and the one pack in there, I popped the Enchanted Elsa and the regular Legendary Elsa in the same pack. Jesus. And it was,
gotta be like the best
I was like,
pack
God pack,
right?
my first pack I ever opened is going to be the best pack I ever opened, but I'm totally okay with that.
You keeping or selling them?
Learn to play or was it
It was the learn to play. I have my,
still, whatever.
yeah, I have my tournament tomorrow.
Excuse me. No problem. Sit myself on down.
Did you throw the else up on eBay yet?
At like a ridiculous price to see if anybody bites. Stupid money.
I don't understand math on these.
There is no math.
Oh, yeah.
Purely emotion is what it is. 100%. It'd be worth a shot.
All right, looks like Kendra's ready to do this. Yeah, and we're ready to play.
Yeah, dude, it's a free promo. There's like
No worries, you got
thousands
this.
of them, and people are paying like $250 for it.
Yeah. Well, the first one sold on eBay sold for $1,200. I hope the guy refunded it.
Dude, that's crazy. I keep seeing people posting and like nobody's answering on the sells. People are trying to sell the promo. They're like, how much are these costing at GenCon? It's like, sort of kind of free, but not really free.
Yeah, they're really not free. I thought they'd be handing them out like to people who visited the booth, but like the fact that you can only get it with a purchase and with event that's sold out in the first 30 minutes of things opening up, like it's pretty.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're worth more.
All right, so who am I here with?
Kendra.
And what are we gonna play today?
We're gonna learn to play Lorcana.
Oh yeah. All right, so Kendra is new to TCG. She learned Magic a while ago, but she doesn't really quite remember everything. But I'll give it a quick rundown. So we have decks in Lorcana. They can be up to 2 colors max. So I just slapped together like a yellow and a purple deck. They're not necessarily good decks, but they're functional. So, and then we have a blue and a gray. So, all right, so there's 3 types of cards in Lorcana. There's creatures. So, creatures, they might call them characters. So characters like, you know, they're your bodies or whatever. They'll exist. That's what we call permanents in Magic. But this one costs 3. So every turn, you can play 1 ink, which is like a land in Magic, but that's your resource. That's $1. So any card with the ink swirl that can be played as an ink face down. So just show me that it has the ink swirl, and then you can play it face down into the land roll. And then how you spend that money is you exhaust it, and then that's how you get $1. But you can only play $1 every turn. All right, and then cards that are uninkable that you cannot put into the inkwell is cards that just have a hexagon. They don't have an ink swirl on them. So they have to stay in the hand and they have to get played eventually, but you can't put them in the ink well. All right. And then, okay, so we went over the characters. The characters, they'll come out like LaFoe. So I don't have the card that combos with LaFoe, so that's a good candidate to get inked, but man, what do you do? All right, so LaFoe would come out. I prefer to put them upside down to show that their ink is drying. When their ink is drying, that means that they cannot attack and they cannot quest for lore. Characters can normally do two things when they get used. They can quest for lore. LaFoe, he quests for 2 lore, so that's pretty good. The point of the game is to get 20 lore. So LaFoe is out, and then he exhausts to get 2 lore, however many diamond pips that is. So you get 2 lore of the 20 that you need to win the game. And then what else you can do with the character that's ready is, well, rather whose ink is dry, you can exhaust them to direct, what's the word? Really, it's like attack, but there's a proprietary word. It's a challenge another character that is exhausted. So you can only challenge an exhausted character, and then if you did that, then say that LaFoe was challenging Dr. Fossier, then LaFoe would exhaust and deal 1 damage to Dr. Fossier, and Dr. Fossier deals 0 back to LaFoe, and then damage is persistent, so damage stays on the guys for the rest of the game. So basically 1 damage there, 0 damage there, and pretty much LaFoe can sustain 2 damage, and Dr. Fossier can sustain 4 damage. Yep.
How do you track how much damage they've taken?
We'll put some dice on them.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that's the characters. That's how the characters function. Then we have.
So if you attack someone, they lose all their what they can take on the damage. Then do you get the lore from them, or how do you?
You don't get their lore. The lore exists off to the side, so the lore will be like you're just building that up, trying to get to 20 throughout the game. But the lore doesn't exist on the characters. They just they quest for the lore, and then the lore goes over here to your lore pool. Yep. And all right, so there's characters. Then we have items. There's a few types of items, but many items they'll just hit the board, and then they'll stay on the board. Like, okay, so here's an item. It'll just, well, I mean, it's an action. Well, let's go over the actions now. So actions, you just pay the cost. So like that action costs 1, and then you'll get to remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. Yep, so it's like you do it, then you put it in the discard pile after it's done.
So 1 time. All actions 1 time.
Yeah, all actions are 1 time. And then we got a special type of action right here. They're called songs. They're all Disney songs. So like how songs function is that you can play them like any other card and pay their cost, or you can do what a song says with it says a character with cost 2 or more can tap. This is the tap symbol. This is the exhaust symbol. So to do that symbol, you've got to exhaust the character. Turn them 90 degrees. Yep. And so exhaust a character with cost 2 or more to sing this song for free. So you don't have to pay the ink to play it. You can just exhaust to play it.
I know it's early. I know you haven't had coffee, but I need a little math. So, starting with the nice lady up in the front, you're going to count for me. I need to know how many human bodies I have here. We don't count the little ones. So, 1, there you go.
2, 3, 4, 5,
6,
7, 8, 9,
10,
11, 12, 13, 17, 19.
It's okay, count for us. Keep going.
36 and 7 because my buddy's in the bathroom. He was here.
That's fine. Keep going.
Man.
Excellent job.
42, 43, 44, 45,
46,
47,
48,
49, 50, 51. I said 50.
52,
53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64,
65.
66, 67, 68, 69.
Nice.
Yes.
'96.
97.
98.
90 I forgot my Spanish. 99, 99.
101.
102.
103. 104. 105.
107.
108,
110.
111,
112. 113. 114.
No, that means
All right, not that many people.
yeah. The first like
Sound like maybe 110, maybe.
Actually, they want to know about how many fits in the queue.
Yeah.
Like, give an idea how long they fill it.
What do we end up with?
125-ish, I think.
125. Cool.
that means we're all good.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
All right. I hear they have like at least 600 boxes or something like that.
I think it's 600 of each starter, because the lady yesterday said they were bringing 2,000 total inventory of like everything, so 2,000 starter or booster boxes. I think it's 2,000 starters, so like divide by 3, you're like 650, something like that. And then they had a bunch of extra starter packs too.
Cool.
Or starter decks. Starters, booster packs. It's too early, but
Right.
Open booster boxes, or are they sleeve booster packs?
they opened booster boxes.
Interesting.
Cut into the daily allotment.
All right. So, actions.
Singing songs without, or exhausting it to sing a song without the cost, right?
Yep. So, like, be our guest action. You can exhaust a 2 cost or more to sing it for free without paying that ink cost, and then you get to do what it says. And there are also items. Try to find the item. Okay, right here. We got a lantern, that's an item, and then that one costs 2, non-inkable, and then it has birthday lights. This is a weird thing about the game, but it's like, this is like flavor text right here, but it's like in the main body of the card. It's weird. But you pay, so you exhaust this, then you pay 1 less ink for the next character you play this turn. But this one stays on the board, so you just,
Is this one, okay, so if this one doesn't cost ink, what
yep.
is it?
That one costs ink, but you can't put it into the ink well.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yep. That's that. And yeah, and that's pretty much what there is to the game. And then there's also this one more thing though. There's also these keywords, but I'll go over those too while we're at it. But
You might have to give me a little, like, when we get to the inkwell, a little more understanding of what the inkwell is.
oh yeah, I got you. Pretty much it's like dollars, so like you can put,
Okay, it's
you can spend, yeah, I mean you can put $1 into your bank, which is your inkwell every turn. $1 face down into your inkwell every turn. But you got to show me that it's an inkable card with the ink. Yeah, exactly. All right, so one more
that means
thing.
it's a card that you're not going to use it for its ability.
Precisely.
Kind of burning it.
Yep, you're just making it money and that's it for the rest of the game. Okay, and then one more thing, there's this shift thing right here, shift 6. You may pay 6 ink to play this on top of one of your characters named Hades. This is like kind of like evolution in Pokemon.
Yeah.
You make the guy stronger. but you get to play it for cheaper. So you shift 6 instead of paying the 8. Yep. So you play it on top of a Hades.
Oh, if you played with that one. Okay.
So you get a weaker Hades and put it on top of a. Well, you put the stronger Hades on top of the weaker Hades. Yep. And there's a few keywords. So like so elusive. This is a great keyword right here. This is the equivalent of flying in Magic, if you remember that. So this one has Pascal has camouflage. While you have another character in play, this character gains evasive. Only characters with evasive can challenge them. So only guys with evasive can challenge, which is direct attack, a character with evasive. Yep. So these guys are pretty safe to keep on questing for lore because only other evasive guys. Yep. And then there's a few more keywords, but we'll go over them. So I'll let you look at the cards and see if you want to be. I really left my better little 2 decks in the car. I don't know why I didn't bring it. Wasn't thinking, but
Can't lose your spot now. So.
yeah, can't lose the spot now. Too late now. So got blue and gray or yellow and purple, whichever one you want to go for. Going with that one, you think?
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, it seems like those are like a little bit more legible.
A lot of fun characters.
Oh yeah. All right, so again, let me go over the big points in the game again. So we'll draw 7, and then the first player is decided at random. We'll roll the dice. Then we can do what we call a mulligan. Any cards that you don't want to keep in your hand in that opening hand, we'll put them at the bottom of the deck, and then you draw back up to 7 cards in hand. Okay, then we've got the inkwell. That's cards that you can play $1 per turn into the inkwell, but they have to be inkable though. Then we got the first player doesn't draw first on their first turn, but every other turn you'll draw 1 card from the top of the deck. Yep. And then we got
Start out with any money or not? No, you should start 1 per turn.
Yep. So you start with 0 money,
But you can start.
but then you can play 1 money every turn. Yep. Money's the ink.
Money is ink.
3 main card types: characters, items, and actions. And songs are a special type of action. I got a million alarms for no good reason.
Do you,
Oh yeah.
Do you have to does the color of ink?
There's
doesn't
no.
matter what color
They're
ink you
face down
have?
when you play them, so they're all the same once they go into the inkwell. Yep. Color doesn't matter.
The way color matters in the game is you can only have
2 colors.
You can only have 2 colors.
Oh yeah. Character can be used to quest for lore or to direct challenge another exhausted character. So only exhausted characters can get direct challenged. And
That means it's in the.
exhausted means it's tapped like character. Yeah. It's on the board. It's on the battle line or whatever, but it's tapped 90 degrees to show that you've used it this turn already. Or it's not in the characters they ready at the beginning of your turn. Yep. All right, and then also a few more things. Just 20. The first to get to 20 lore wins the game.
So we're gonna start by drawing 7.
Yep.
You know what questions you have?
First game, you don't get to mulligan.
Wait, what? I just learned that. I just learned mulligan on the way here. I'd never heard that. Is it 1 mulligan per game?
Yeah.
The way mulligan works is it's the best mulligan you can get. You draw your 7 cards. You pick what cards you want to keep, set those aside. Pick what cards you want to get rid of, set those aside. However many you want to get rid of, you draw that many from your deck. Then once you've drawn, you shuffle the other ones back into the deck.
There's different types.
Yes.
The sun, you discard all.
Yep.
Like in one. Like in one. You're mulligan.
That's way different.
And then some are partial mulligans like that, but you shuffle 3 or you draw. So you can just draw the same cards.
It's usually a pretty good visual idea to put them in order by the cost, and then see what you want to keep and what you want to throw away. Well, put on the bottom of the deck.
First game ever played. That's super cool. Yeah. Is that the one that I think I know the other.
Just don't. So like you want to get cards that you can put into the inkwell. So, and you want to keep like, you might want to keep low stuff, or you might want to wait and be able to play like expensive stuff. But
That's my buddy. And I just did the whole
Did I even have did I even draw an Oh, there's one.
yeah, I should have sleeved them on the word.
Um,
I just told you that you don't have enough cards that need to be each. The cards that are in your hand,
so
unless somebody one of those, and I get rid of the two.
alright, you get rid of those. So like you're gonna keep those, and then with the mulligan speeds they're gonna
Those
go.
four. Yeah. So draw 4 first before you shuffle those back in.
And then you put the ones that you don't want on the bottom of the deck.
On the bottom, they
Yep.
don't get shuffled.
You're probably supposed to shuffle them on the bottom, but I don't know. We'll just put them on the bottom for now. Yep. All right, and then we'll roll to see who goes first. So, I got a 7. You got a 7. We'll roll again. I got a 7.
Just the day for sevens.
You got a 7. Let's go again. No, 3. All right, so I'll go. I got the high, so I'll go first. First player, first turn, cannot draw a card on the first turn. So I just get to play.
Okay, so I know.
Is that because you're at 7?
It's just to kind of like disadvantage the first player so they don't get too far ahead. Oh yeah, I never drew back up for bottom deck in my first card.
It has to be something. I know there's a video.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play this. It's an inkable card because it has the ink swirl, and then I'm gonna play it into my inkwell, and then it comes in ready to go. And then I'll exhaust this card right here, and then I'll play Pascal.
Up there videotaping.
Someone always videotapes.
Like that's exhaust. That's how you pay the money to play the card. Yep. So I played the Pascal. It costs 1, and then it comes out. It's a 1/1. I like to play them upside down and show that their ink isn't dry. They can't be direct attacked, but they also cannot
Yeah, because I know we went.
quest for lore, and they can't
You'll be able to see us.
challenge it.
Yeah, because we went over
Yep. So I like to play them upside down to show that. So Pascal has camouflage. While you have another character in play, this character gains evasive. Only characters with evasive can challenge them. So yeah, so if I have another character in play, then Pascal gets evasive, and Pascal attacks or challenges for 1 damage, and Pascal can sustain 1 damage before he gets discarded.
So in my turn, am I gonna try to have something that can take more than 1 damage? Or-
Well, yeah, you're gonna do what you can do with 1 ink because you can only play the 1 ink on your next turn. So you're just trying to manage that 1 ink and then think ahead when you have 2 ink and then when you have 3 ink, and then just try to do the best thing you can do in order to be the first one to gain 20 lore. The lore is these little diamond pips right here. So yeah.
So then how do I know when it's my turn? Once you
Pretty much once I get, this is what you call tapped out, when you have no more ink, then naturally I'm out of stuff I can do, and once I've challenged and done lore, and then once everything is tapped pretty much, I'll be tapped out, then I'll say I'll pass turn.
Yeah.
That's how that goes.
Well, yeah, we could have just gone over there and got in front of y'all.
need an ink
Everybody had 10 guys.
card.
Yep, need an inkable card.
I just need to go to the
Never get used again.
Oh no, today there's no manners. There's, if anybody tries to get in front of us,
Oh, dude, we got
So then I
L.
need to show you that it's inkable.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this one here.
All right, cool.
I'm
So I'm
pretty sure they'll have
just
staff
going
meetings.
yeah.
What they said.
Yep, now you got 1 ink dollar.
Maybe I'm giving them too much trust, but the staff seems to be like, yeah.
After yesterday, I don't think we have trust, so that's why we're.
Then I can play.
The lady I talked to from
Spend that.
Precisely.
And I can play something with the one.
Yep, perfect.
So then it says, so deal 2 damage to shit, but I can't deal it to
Yeah, you can.
that one. I can do it to that one.
Yeah, like the evasive stuff, it doesn't have evasive yet, but even if it did have evasive, actions still don't. Evasive doesn't matter
For an
in
action.
response to actions.
Just
Yeah.
a character.
What?
Just in response to characters.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
So I could do that one.
Yep. Fire the cannons, and then unfortunately got to discard Pascal, which that was a good move, and then you'll just discard your one-time use action.
Because it's right there. Is that how you just put the discard over there? And then does that stay
That stays
until the beginning of the next turn? Do you
Yep.
put it back?
at the beginning of your turn. Then you ready your unexhaust your ink in it and characters. Yep.
So my turn is done, and then I'll
Yep, and then you'll pass turn. Yep. And then I draw my card for the turn this time. I'll ready all my cards.
And you're just gonna draw 1 card? Yeah.
Yep, I draw 1 card for the turn. Yep.
Oh, I want to
1 card per turn. And then I'll play myself in ink.
So it's like pushing into the worst. I'll know for like those two.
I'll put Elsa into the ink roll, so she's an inkable card. Put her out there. And then now I have like $2.
So I use her as a
$2 to speak, so to spend. And then I'll play a lantern. This is a non-inkable card, but I'm not inking it. I'm just playing it out into the item roll. And then I'll spend 2. And then this one has the power of birthday lights. And then that symbol right there, that's the exhaust symbol, aka tap. So tap this. You pay 1 ink less for the next character you play this turn. So this makes characters cheaper to play. And this one stays on the board until you get rid of it or something. So like items, they often stay on the board for the rest of the game, but actions, they're one-time use and get discarded.
When you tap that, like, are you gonna tap it every time, every turn? Or does it
If
stay tapped, or is there
pretty
like
much every turn that I play a character, I'm gonna tap that, and then at the beginning of my turn, then everything I have that's tapped, they ready for the most part.
too much for it.
But it's ready right now.
We just did all that for cardboard.
And yep, and then I'll pass turn.
I can't really say anything.
I'm a Warhammer nerd, so I do stupid stuff.
Yep, draw 1 card per turn. Yep.
It's any human does anything crazy for what they like, so it's just whatever.
Yeah.
It's just it can be for makeup, it can be for games, it can be.
If I was
I need to turn that back.
out of town,
Yep,
with the boys,
precisely.
I wouldn't be waking up at 4 a.m. to wait in line for a card game. Never in my life. But it's like it's
So I
fun.
have an
The community,
inkable
that's cool.
card.
It's been an experience for sure.
So here's my inkable card. I'm gonna put in the inkwell.
Cool.
So now I have
Now, I mean, whenever you encounter a song, you know, you got to sing the song. Nah, just kidding. Whenever you play the song, you got to sing the song. So,
as long as I get money for it right now.
yeah, there you go.
Okay, so then that's,
Because we took like the back wall over there all the way
but
down.
then I don't have anything I can play.
Yeah,
then
they're
I'm
in
just,
that corner.
that's it.
Yeah, like if you don't have anything you want to play for 2, then you'll just pass turn and then wait till you get to 3. Hopefully, you can play something for 3. Pass turn. All right, so I'll ready my inks.
Oh really? Okay.
So it's really dark. Like you make a good character, they can level up.
Draw 1 card for
You
turn.
could die unexpectedly.
Oh
so
dang.
fast.
Then what I'm gonna do
It's real brutal.
I was
is I'm gonna
curious
play
what that was. I
myself.
was like, dude, there's so many people in line for this. What is this?
Yeah.
It looked cool.
They did a Kickstarter in like 2012 or something.
play a inkable card.
And then they did a
Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest. All right, so yep, and you got to do it too. But putting this into the ink roll because it's inkable. Play that there.
He's got like a cult following.
Then I'll
Like,
play
he literally
myself
just waited in that line to get
another
something from
lantern
creators. Like, I'm here. This is
for the cost of 2.
yeah. I'm like, I
You're
don't.
only here.
And then again, that one says birthday lights. I can exhaust, pay 1 less for the next character I play this turn.
I'm only here one time.
And then I've got 1 ink up, so I will play
I had to fight myself. I was like, I'm not buying stupid.
I'll play
Warhammer stuff while I'm here.
Yzma.
Buy that at home,
I'll-
right? I have to buy weird stuff.
I'll exhaust the lantern. So next character I play gets played for 1 cheaper. So I'll play Yzma for instead of 2, now it's 1. play Yzma for 1. And then Yzma is a 2 power, 2 toughness. That's the magic terms, 2 power, 2 toughness. And whenever this character quests, look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck, and then Yzma quests for 1 lore. Yep. And then I'll put him upside down since he's waiting for the ink to dry, and then I'll pass his turn.
Oh dang, I'm totally gonna check that out. Just buy that expansion. Right. So I know you now.
That's awesome.
Y'all are like best
I'm a talkie person.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
me too.
Oh no, I meant the guy that threw the Kickstarter.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, my friend.
Okay,
Brian
nice.
was back. I can't remember.
Okay, Robin
I
Hood.
was about to say, like, you get me talking, man. I chat.
Oh yeah,
Now I have
I will
3,
just
so now I
ramble.
can
Yeah, I'm a
have
chat.
something I can think.
It's fun being around so many nerds and seeing the people that are like, why is this guy talking? Why won't he shut up? And then the people that will like entertain me and talk with
Right.
me the entire time.
I can assure you I was not trolling or griefing.
Oh, dude, I troll all the time. You don't have to trust me. At work, like,
You have a social contract with
Yeah.
the back.
Yes. Okay. So I'll spend all 3,
Yep.
and then I can play
it makes the
this
time go
one.
quicker.
Play 3
Yeah.
3 cost Tinkerbell.
Oh yeah, we
So
were
it
talking
says,
about. Have you ever
draw,
played Splendor?
draw a card, and
It's a game where you
then-
collect different types of resources.
and then
There's
choose
basically
a
different
card
colored tokens and
to
spin those.
discard.
Yep, from your hand.
My
Yep.
default
So
is if
go
I'm
ahead
just
and
having
draw
a garbage
one.
game, I'm like,
I do that now.
I
Yep.
just own all the purple.
Draw a card and then choose a card from your hand to discard.
And I'm pretty
And
sure.
then
Well, no, my bad. I told you wrong. I told you very wrong. So that one has that exhaust symbol, so you got to exhaust her to be able to do that. Yep. Usually a
So
card
then
to
you can't
say,
use her like damage or anything. Or,
yeah, like when you tap her, then you're just using her instead of the quest or the challenge. You're using her to do this
so
power.
instead, I would use it for this.
Oh well, she comes in upside down because her ink is not dry yet.
Oh, okay. So you can't do anything yet. Just leave her.
Yep, unless they have like the keyword rush, which means you can do stuff as soon as you come
so they
out.
all come in
Yep, they come out.
to drive their ink.
Yep. And that's why I like to put them upside down. Yep.
So, got it.
Yep. And then I see that you're pretty much tapped out, so you want to pass turn?
Yes.
All right. So I'll ready my stuff. I'll put Yzma right side up, and then draw my card for the turn. All right. It's about to get real. All right. I'll play this LaFoe right here. For first, I'll exhaust my lantern. Play the next character for 1 cheaper. So play LaFoe for 1. And then I'll pity LaFoe, who doesn't believe in LaFoe. All right, and exhaust this lantern to play yet another LaFoe. I'm sure there's no legendary rule. And then he comes in, ink is not dry. And then I'll spend another one to play Maleficent. She's a 1/1 who quests for 2 lore. And then I'm gonna quest with Yzma, which means that Yzma is vulnerable to being attacked next turn. So I'm gonna quest with Yzma, and then you're excused. Whenever this character quests, look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck. That's what you call scrying magic. So I will get 2 lore, 1 lore by questing with Yzma. So I'll put 1 lore right here, 1 lore right here. And I'll look at the top card of my deck and either put it on the top or the bottom. I'll put that on the bottom since I don't need that right now.
When were y'all there? Did y'all get a
And then all of my stuff is on what you call pretty much tapped out, so I'll pass the turn.
And do you get to keep that lure because you quested, or
Yeah, because whenever you quest, then it's the whole point of the game to get 20 lore. So I just got 1
you
lure.
can't lose lure once you get it?
There's not many ways to lose lore right now, but there's a few ways to lose lore. But
But
yep,
right now you're just.
yep, got 1.
So you said pass turn?
Yes, ma'am.
So then I'm gonna.
I think so.
No, that's Crow though. I'm thinking Crow.
Yeah.
Yzma and Crow. The single
Card.
Yeah, same idea. Right.
Yeah, evil lady. Yeah, I went through them. So I usually crack them seconds. and I was trying to get all my sets of 4 to see what I had for play sets.
Nice.
And rightfully so. We,
So I'm gonna
we got the.
this
I mean,
one and my inkwell.
Cool. Scar, big scar.
I guess you don't have to put one in your
Oh,
inkwell, right?
and then you, yeah, you don't have to.
Oh, not
It's only if you want to. And then Tinkerbell readies. Yep.
7 of the Mickey
And
promotional cards.
then
Like,
we'll
if anybody's complaining that I'm here at 4 a.m. to get Disney
play
cards,
that one
there's
for
bigger
3.
problems. People are like using their
Nice. Yep. And then you're
Oh,
pretty
and
much
it's
there.
upside down, right? Because
Yep.
it's new.
Yep. And then I think Mickey has a power when you play it. So when it says when you play, then read what it says. Get a clue.
she did
You
say it in line.
may put the top
It's not like she did it
card
unfairly. She
of
stood
the
with me
deck
the whole time.
into
I'd have coned her during the match. I coned her during the match, and we just
And that's
tried to
right
sort of-
now
just did like a
or
triangle
next?
around her body.
Or no,
Oh,
when-
right
when
now.
they play it.
Right when you play it.
Hey, she felt better.
When you play this card, you put the top card of your deck into your inkwell. Do I look at it first or no?
You can look at it.
It doesn't matter, I guess, because it's just going
She
in.
broke one.
Yep.
Because you can. You have to.
Whenever you play this,
You
yeah, you may.
put this.
Yep,
so
you
if
may.
if I was like, I want to keep it in my deck, I could.
You don't
Yeah.
get to look at it.
Well, I mean,
No.
yeah.
So it's just you either add to your inkwell or you don't. Okay.
Usually, I mean, you want
So
to do
you're
it.
gonna
So.
add to the inkwell.
But it's exerted, so AKA taps.
Yeah, so you can't spend it. Okay, got it.
But you get to get more ink though.
And
The
then,
rest of the game. It's called a ramp.
okay.
No, ramping it.
But this one is still, as far as this goes, it's still drying.
Exactly.
Okay. So then, I only have one left, so I pass turn.
Now you've got Tinkerbell with which you can do things with.
Oh, what can you do with her?
You can either
because
quest for
she's-
lore, or you can challenge a exerted character, which is
do
Yzma,
that.
which you could take out Yzma if you want to, because Tinkerbell is a swings for 2 damage,
But
and
if
she
you
can
do that,
sustain
you
4.
don't get any lore.
You don't get lore when you challenge, generally, 95% of the time.
But if you keep that card, you can keep getting lore off that card.
Exactly, and I've got a scribe power, which I can look at the top card of my deck and keep it on top or put it on bottom. So you probably want to take it out.
With that one, every time you can do that.
Yeah, every time I quest for lore, I get to look at the top card of the deck and keep it on top or put it on bottom.
So I could just go ahead though and, I
And
could
challenge.
Challenge.
Yep.
How do I
You
turn it?
just you just
Challenge?
exert her, and then you'll be
This is what
dealing.
this
Yep,
is
that's the
damage you
attack.
give, This
Uh-huh.
is what you can withstand.
Exactly.
Okay. So then she gives.
So you can challenge an exerted character. So you can challenge Yzma if you want, or you can quest for lore if you want.
Well, let's challenge Yzma.
Perfect. So you'll put 2 damage on Yzma, which is all that Yzma can sustain. But at the same time, Yzma counterattacks your Tinkerbell for 2 damage. So Yzma gets discarded, but you've taken 2 damage. And then when it comes back to my turn, this is also something you might want to pay attention to too. So I have 3 characters. I could, when it comes to my turn, then I can ready. And then since your Tinkerbell is exerted, I can swing into the Tinkerbell as well.
With any of those.
But I wouldn't want to. I have like 6
you wanna
picks
get
of
lore.
questing lore that I can get. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But now that ends my turn then, if I did all that.
Well, you have one more ink that's if you have a 1 cost thing you can do.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So I'll ready all of my exerted cards. Yep. And now you got like at least the ink advantage, but not the board advantage. All right. So I'll draw a card. Oh, I think I spent all of my cards already. All right, so I'll play this 3 cost Mickey. I'll go ahead and hit this lantern to make Mickey cost 1 less. The next character you play this turn, I maybe could do it twice, but I'm not gonna even worry about it. Just gonna play this Mickey upside down for 2. And then his ink is drying. He's a 3/3 that quests for 2. And I'm just gonna quest for lore with the team for 2 lore, 2 lore, and 2 lore. So that'll be 6 lore. I'm up to 7 lore now. The game, I think, has a runaway leader problem, but I'm sure they'll address that in set 2, though. And now, pass turn.
Okay, so straight knowledge. So I don't have to put one in the inkwell.
Yeah, you don't have to. You've got like a lot right now, but I saw you inking a lot of 6-cost cards, but those would come in real handy right now if you had some 6-cost cards. Those could help you kill some of my little guys. I mean, challenge some of my little guys, and then swing the tide your way again.
So actually, unless I put, I am gonna get inkwell that one.
Well, like, so right now, you want to put bodies on the board right now. But, like, if you have 6 costs in hand, then you could get rid of something. But you want to put that 3 cost out.
Because I don't have any way to spend one that does 6.
Yep. I mean, just get rid of, like, 1 card, but...
I need to flip that.
Yeah. You ready all your stuff at the beginning of the turn. But, like, if you have a 6 cost you want to play, you can ink that. But I would rather ink something a little cheaper if you don't have the 6 cost already. But, I mean, you probably do have a 6 cost, so anything that you can ink it, then play a 6 cost.
So I guess, like, what would you do? I mean, just since I'm
Oh, yeah.
because obviously I can't ink that one.
Okay.
It's not inkable.
Yeah, not inkable.
And then, I can't play this one, but it'd be nice to hang on to.
Yeah.
If I could get one more, then
So you could spin this Let It Go, which is a song, which you can keep that in hand to play, put chosen character into that player's inkwell, so you can get rid of some of my stuff, but my stuff are like weenies, so I would probably ink this
that one
and then put that into the ink. Yeah, and then I would play Robin Hood for 6.
Because now that I've inked, it's immediately.
Yep.
So then, yes, and I can do that one. When you play this character, if an opponent has more cards in their hand than you, draw a card. So is that's effective right now when you play this card?
But unfortunately, I have no cards in hand.
No cards in hand?
Yep. So not the optimal time to play it, but it's still a good card to have out there. Yep. And now you can start picking off some of my stuff that is exerted.
But I used all of that.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
And then
Yep. And now's a good time to start picking off some of my little weak guys.
with that 4.
Well, that one's not ready. The ink's not dry, but these 2 are ready to go though.
So I could do.
You could attack any of my exerted characters.
So if I just turn that one, then I can.
This one. Yeah. Perfect. Yep. So you can challenge one of my exerted, or you can quest for lore, but I'd rather stop me from getting lore right now than you getting a little lore with Mickey.
Yeah, because you could get 6 lore again next time.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so do Mickey will is it challenge?
Yep.
Challenge Maleficent.
Okay, so so you'll deal 1 damage to Maleficent, which is enough to knock Maleficent out because she can only sustain 1. But at the same time, Maleficent deals 1 damage to Mickey, and then that's that. And then you got another character with which to do a thing.
And then,
that's ready.
And she can do 2 damage.
Yep, and sustain
so
4 total.
Go ahead and do 1, 2 to each.
Well, you can only attack.
1?
Yep, you can only challenge 1 character at a time.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick one of these.
Okay, so you deal 2 damage with Tinkerbell's attack, and then that's enough to knock out LaFoe. But LaFoe in turn swings back for 1 damage, so we'll go to 3. Precisely. All right.
So
and
even though that attacked him, he still gets to fire his attack back.
Yep.
Even if that.
Precisely. Yep. And then now you're pretty tapped out. You spent all 6 of your ink, and Robin Hood's drying, and then you pretty much wanna pass turn unless you can play a card for free. All right. Already unexert all my cards. Okay, so now the tide is swinging your way again. So I would draw 1 card per turn, Got a Dr. Fossier. Instead of putting him into the ink, I will play him out, but upside down to show that the ink is drying. So I could probably use both of these to make it free, but it doesn't really matter. So I'll just make it one cheaper and spend one. And then I'm gonna go ahead and quest for 2 lore here. So I'll get 2 more. It go to 9. And then I'll quest for 2 lore with Mickey to put me on 11. And with that, I'm pretty tapped out, so I'll pass turn. Well, I have no cards, so I'll pass turn.
So then these go back.
Yep, they get unexerted.
So I'll put it that way. That's ready, and then draw a card.
I don't know my dog.
I'm going to spend 3, play Mickey.
Yep.
So it's gonna go this way.
Yep, and then Mickey has a power that activates when he's played.
Card into the inkwell, so I can
Yep.
go and do that, but it's turn.
Yep, it's exerted. Yep, perfect.
So I still have 3 left. So 3 left, so I could go ahead and play this one. And it doesn't really do anything, it's just there for its attack
Yep.
ability and all that. Okay.
Precisely. And then you gotta pay the 3 inks for it though.
So then that's all I can do. So, oh wait, no.
Yep,
I
you've
haven't
got 3
done
ready characters, which is crazy.
all 3 of these. Okay, so yeah, now I can do stuff with those. I'm gonna slide those down.
Right there.
No. So this one was this one. During your turn, this character. Oh, so this one was evasive, but you don't still have that evasive out there anymore. Do you?
Nope, it's not out
That
there
was that
anymore.
very first one.
Yep. So these 2 are vulnerable to being challenged right now.
Goes there. But if you challenge, then you can't get the lure, but you need to. Yeah.
But you can get rid of my
those so that
stuff.
you can't get the lure.
Yep, because I've got 11 of my 20 right now.
Like I'm just like chasing my tail the whole time, trying to keep you from
Well,
getting
this
more.
is like, it's just kind of how these 2 decks work. So this is what's called, it's like a low to the ground aggro deck. So its goal is to get out a bunch of these cheap cost characters that have high lore values early, and to basically get to the 20 as fast as it can before you can do anything. But your deck is a ramp deck, so it builds up over time, and you're starting to get into where your deck is strong. So now you're in a position to where he's top decking, well you're both top decking, but you have a way stronger board. So if you can clear his board, then you're gonna stay ahead throughout the game, and you're going to be able to make up that difference over time.
So then I guess I need to go ahead and start doing the attacks on it. So like this one, since it does
1,
1,
but it can sustain
on,
3.
Go ahead and do.
Well,
But that one's gonna get back 2, which will knock this one out.
Well, no. So LaFoe can sustain, the second number is their HP pretty much. So this one can sustain 2 damage, but it deals back 1 damage.
So it wouldn't take me out of it.
Yep, and then we
But
would
it
just
wouldn't-
kind of trade and
But
we
I
would still
wouldn't take
survive.
him out either. Okay, so I'm not gonna take him out with that. So he does.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, but he's not even ready.
Yep, and it's a
so
0-4
I'm
that
not
when it challenges, it becomes a 2-4.
So basically, that one's not. There's nothing I can do with that one.
You can always quest with somebody for 1.
So I could go ahead on that one. I could do the lure.
But one thing you could do is just put 1 damage on it, and then somebody else could put another damage on it later. But
But in this situation, that's not really
That
valid
might be
because
low.
you just
So
want to
let's,
take use or take
let's
another
just
action.
focus on this guy, okay? Because he can do more. So if I use him, Robin Hood could attack or challenge
Mickey,
Mickey.
yep. So that's enough to take out Mickey. So you would
This one
take,
will take 3 damage.
yep, that one takes 3, and then Mickey takes 4, and that's enough to knock out Mickey since Mickey can only sustain 3 damage.
Sounds so mean to knock out Mickey, doesn't it?
And
And then,
Lorcana's a dirty, dirty game.
and then so Tinkerbell could do. Oh wait, I only have one. I can only take one left, so I couldn't do anything with this one.
You could.
You would just trade, which in this case is good because she's
Because
only worth
one
one
more
more.
and
He's
got
worth 2.
Okay, so if I did that one, I can do.
Challenge LaFoe.
I would do
2 damage to LaFoe, which is enough to banish it. And then at the same time, LaFoe would hit you back for 1.
which is gonna banish this.
Yep. And then we both
Does that go
get
into
banished.
discard pile?
Yeah, discard pile.
And then that goes there. So that's taps. That's not doing anything with that right now.
Well, you want to do something with everybody every time, so
I
yep.
want to do that. I want to quest for 1 lore.
Nice.
So I get one of these, and
One
that's
lore.
my first. Where did I put that? Right here.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, you already had it. Oh, well,
Yeah.
is that cutesy one?
Yeah, we'll use the cute ones for. Yeah, we'll use the
40 dice right
I'll
here.
be colorful. That's
we'll,
fine.
we'll use the cute ones for the lore. All right, so I got 11,
So
and
I
then
pass turn.
yep, perfect. Since those guys are waiting to be dry, I'll ready everything. Then I'll draw a card. Hopefully, I get something great. Cool. I got a Rafiki. Rafiki has a special power of Rush. Costs 3. I'll make them cheaper. I'll make them 2 cheaper. Why not? All right, so just make them cost 1. And then, so Rush, this character can challenge the turn they're played. Not quest for lore, but challenge. So, therefore, I feel like I should swing on Mickey, knock Mickey out.
But this one.
Oh yeah, I can't swing on those because they're not
They're not
exerted. So in that case, I'll go ahead and I'll knock out Mickey there, and then I'll take So I'll deal 3 damage to Mickey, and then Mickey deals 1 damage to Rafiki.
Where'd it go? I just had it, didn't I? Okay.
Yep, and then I dealt 3 damage to Mickey, so that's enough to banish Mickey. And then I'll swing with Dr. Fossier, and then Dr. Fossier has Challenger +2. When challenging, this gets +2 attack. So I'll use that to swing on Robin Hood, and then we will both knock each other out, banish each other.
Okay, on that one.
Yep.
Giving out bans here in a little bit, I think.
And then kind of made the board kind of more even towards my side that turn, and then I'll pass the turn.
Yeah, Rafiki was a good call.
Yeah, Rafiki's great.
We don't know the exact details. Today's the first day they're trying it.
And then, okay, so I'm getting these ready.
Your wife probably threw it out.
You're gonna be on your lap or your tablet. You might as well be in line on your tablet, right?
And then
Rafiki's like Yoda or somebody.
draw a card.
Rafiki is the Yoda of this thing. That's
He is the Yoda.
Okay, so now I can fly this guy upside down.
Symbol,
What is he-
and then
does
I
he do
think.
anything? He doesn't do anything right away.
Yeah, but he gets 4 more when he challenges. 4 more attack when he
yeah,
challenges.
these challenges for 8, which is huge.
Yeah,
Why
but
wouldn't
then
that just make his attack that all the time?
So,
Why is it-
because, so it's like when, like if something challenges into him, he's only going to deal 4 damage. But when he challenges, he deals 8. So it,
So
means
on the
when
offense-
you're the one doing the challenging, it
He's
allows
strong.
you to hit harder. But when you're the one on the defense, you're weaker. And so it's a
Got it.
give and a take.
Okay, so when he initiates it.
And also, Symbol has Pounce, which during your turn, this character gains evasive. so it's harder to make him weak anyway because he's evasive.
Oh no, so the way that works is that's only on her turn.
Yeah.
All that does is it allows him to challenge
Stuff with
evasive
evasive.
characters,
Yep, that's that.
which is only one of in your deck.
Yeah.
Well, other than the Pascal. So
Yep.
there's a couple.
So then that, I can't do anything else with that right now.
Yep.
But
Both sides.
these I could.
Yep.
So like.
Yep, and right there you got a
this
3/3.
one, yeah, if I challenged on Rafiki,
Yep, and then we would knock each other out basically.
would
Or like, you kind of got the advantage there, but you want to stop me ultimately because I have 11 lore, but you have 1 lore, so we can knock each other out. Or you could quest for 2 lore. Yep. That's just a toss up on what's better to do.
I feel like I should do that because we already have 1 damage on you. If I had something later that just did like 2.
Yep. You could kind of sacrifice Mickey and then just kind of whittle him down over time, and then get the 2 lore. But
There's cards in your deck that do 2 damage.
Yeah.
So your best bet here is to quest, and then
That's what I
if he
think.
does challenge into it, then that means he's not questing and he's not earning lore. So currently you're winning the race. You've got 5 lore on the board. He's got 1. Even though he's up 11, you're still gonna win that race.
Yeah.
So, but you can't still lure while has an attack on or damage on him?
Yeah, you still can, yeah.
Okay. Alright, well I'm going to go ahead and quest. So I'll go ahead and move this up to a 3.
Perfect.
And then I'm thinking I'll do the same thing on this one. Just go ahead and do the quest.
Yep. Cool.
So then that's
4.
and then oh wait, how much I spent all of those? I forgot to check. So then I can't spend anything else. So
Well, I mean, you have 1 left because Symbol's only 6.
no. He
Oh,
was
okay.
seven.
My bad.
He wiped me out. So
Wipes out. Okay,
oh.
Mufasa 6.
So then I passed her.
All right. I'll ready all of my exerted cards. Draw 1 card for turn. And then who is this? Dr. Fossier, another little weak guy. Tap both of these to make them 1 cheaper. Next character I play, so it's a 0 effectively. And I'll just knock out Mickey, and then I'll take a damage there. I'll swing on Mickey for 3, and then you swing on me back for 1, and then I'll still stay alive, and I'll pass the turn.
And then I'll get ready on my turn.
Yeah, so it's ready, set, draw.
Yeah.
And then I'll move this that way. No wait. Yeah.
They're
that
both
goes
ready.
that-
Yep.
and
And then you
then-
draw. Ready, set, draw.
Not out here, no.
So this is where like sequencing comes in. So what you can do here is you can use your Simba here and get rid of this Rafiki. Even though he's only got 1 damage left, it's still good to get rid of him because he's got no reason not to challenge into your Kristoff next turn.
Yeah.
And he can't take out your Kristoff. And then you play the coconut baskets. Then you play the Tinkerbell, and you can heal 2 of the damage that was done on Simba from Rafiki.
Yep. And it's an item that stays on the board, I believe.
And
Yes.
every time you play a character,
But if I were to
you're
play
gonna
that
keep
first, if I played that one first and then did it, like
You
would
can
that mess
play
up?
the coconut baskets first, then challenge. The thing that matters is just that you
Getting rid of
you play the Tinkerbell after coconut baskets is on the field and Simba has challenged.
Alright, so if I went ahead and did that, we talked about doing the challenge, Simba challenging Rafiki.
Yep.
Just to get rid of him. So,
Yep. So I'll
4
deal
to you
the
is too
4
much.
is enough, and then I'll deal 3
3
damage back.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm still
Really, you did. When you challenge, you get +4. So you really did 8 to Rafiki, but that's just overkill.
right.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's mad overkill.
Somebody's
Mad overkill.
really mad at Rafiki today.
Oh.
He did boss him pretty hard with that coconut.
Yeah, you did.
So then, so much to look at. So then go ahead and play this for 2. Oh, but it's upside down.
Well, these ones they
items
just come
don't.
in ready. Yeah.
Items are ready? Okay. So, whenever you play a character, you may. Wait. But he's already played. Right?
Whenever you play like another character.
Well, but you have
So
that
the
Tinkerbell
next-
in your hand,
yeah.
so when you play that Tinkerbell,
Oh.
it'll heal the set.
You can move up to 2 damage from chosen. Did you say from chosen characters? So it has.
Any character you choose.
So I could choose this one. That
Yep.
could be my chosen. Okay.
You can choose his characters if you want to.
So then I would. So now I would put this one. It's gonna come in
Yep.
upside down, and it's gonna cost.
3.
So it is out there, but it allows me to remove 2 of this damage. Which I'm not done yet.
Yep. And then it's also like a cool idea to just
So then do you
make
return-
everybody their
return
own
that
role.
Because you did it.
Yep. Well, no. Only when it has that exert symbol, that tap symbol.
Okay. Because you
And
could
then
do
it's-
this multiple times a turn.
Yep.
if you
Yep,
had another
yep.
character. Okay.
Yep. And then it's a good idea to like put everything like in its own row. Every card type, items, creature, characters, and ink.
So then that's done.
Kristoff.
So Kristoff could still do something, but not enough here to.
Well, he can't interact with this character. The only thing he can do right now is quest.
Because it's not exerted. You can only challenge exerted
Oh,
characters.
He's not up for
Yep.
challenge.
It's just waiting for his ink to
But
dry.
I can lure or quest for 2 lures. So this is.
Perfect. 6. All right, so now 6 to 11, and then now you're way ahead right now. So already, and then hopefully I get a big guy on my top deck, and then but I still need to play ink. So I don't know. Let's see. Stupid Charlie horse.
Oh, is your legacy?
Horse.
Yeah, I haven't been drinking water. Tried to bring a little water. Yep.
Oh, I had to. My legs were falling asleep, so I had to mix it up.
All right. Yeah. All right. Man, I might have been. All right. Yeah. All right. Ready? Oh yeah, I already have that. All right. Yeah. So now, I think I pretty much lose this game at this point. So I'm gonna swing 2. Yeah. I pretty much would scoop at this point. I got I got nothing now. All right.
Wrong deck, huh?
Yeah, well, maybe played it wrong or something. But yeah, I'll challenge. You got no cards in hand. I'll challenge Kristoff for 2. And then you'll deal 3 damage to my Fossier. And then you'll take 2 damage on your Kristoff. And then I'll pass, well...
Wait, how did you only do 2 damage?
Because whenever this challenges, it gets +2.
Because it was 0, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'll actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, I'll hit up Tinkerbell.
oh, she's up.
Oh yeah, cannot. And then I'll pass. Well, yeah, I'll pass turn.
But you could have done this one. It just wasn't that you didn't have enough.
Yeah, I would have died, and then yep. So I'll pass turn. Yep.
You're not sacrificing your character. First turn. But then I still turn these back here. And then draw a card. And so then might as well play it, right? So that'll cost 3. It'll be upside down. Fun begins, right?
Character. So your coconut mask gets triggered.
Oh,
So you get to heal something for 2.
so we do that one because it has 2 on it. So it's so that's just all the time. So then he just needs like 1 damage to get rid of him.
Yep.
So I would take my one that does the least lore, this one, and I would tinker about challenges.
Yep.
After
Out of there, and then Fossier does no damage when it's not challenging, when it's not initiating the challenge.
So that one's there. And then you still, if there's, then lures, or quests, both of those. So like
4. Yep, and then now you got the super advantage now.
because then now it's past turn.
Yep. All right, ready, draw. I got a lowly LaFoe, so no good. Play that for free. And then I'll pass turn. And then you got the runaway lead now.
Can't quest yet since it's a new card.
Since the ink is drying. Yep.
Turn those back.
Let's see if she pulls the bad manners, fires the cannons.
Flip.
Yeah.
Turn. All of those turn back. Okay. What'd you say?
I said, let's see if she draws. Yeah, the bad manners fire the cannons. Yes,
Fire the cannons.
I called it.
Just to get.
So that cost 1. And what's it gonna do? Deal 2 damage to chosen characters. So we do that one.
Yep. He's out of there. Takes 2 damage.
And that's a 1-time action, so it goes over here.
Yep.
And then quest a bunch of lore. Quest for lore.
Yep.
Right? There's nothing to touch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, 7, right?
Yep.
2, 4, 6, 7.
And then takes it from 10 to 17.
17.
Yep. And then at this point, there's absolutely nothing I can do. I can draw a card. I got a Pascal. Good early game. Not great now. Yeah, when you kill my Pascal in the first or second turn, that kind of decided the rest of the game, kind of right there.
Right.
So, yep, I'll play that. Spend 0 to make it 1-0 cost. And, yep, and I'll pass turn. And then you quest for another 7. And then you got it.
So those will go back. That goes back. Second draw. And Tinkerbell's gonna just go in upside down, right?
Yep.
But it'll cost 3. Not that it's gonna matter. And then go ahead and quest for 7 more, which is gonna.
Boom.
That was because I played that guy. Did I get to take that
You get
off
to heal
with
too.
that? Okay, even though the ink is drying, that still worked. Okay. So yeah, so 7 more, so that'll put me over.
Yep, puts it over 20.
Game over.
Yep. So what'd you think? Yep. So what'd you think?
I mean, I figured I could do it, so that's good.
Oh yeah. We can do it, so that's good.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. So like, if you had to give it a rating of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Like deck building games.
These are technically deck construction games, but yep.
I mean, I got a 10. It's got Disney songs.
Give it a 10. Yeah, I mean, Disney songs, why not?
You didn't even get to sing "Let It Go" though.
Simba like won the game. What's not? I mean, it would have been nice if I had Fossa, I guess. But.
Just can't wait to be king. All right.
Yeah.
Good game. Good game. Want to play again with somebody else? You want to play, or husband, wife play? Or?
You're just glad someone else taught me, right? So you didn't have to.
Takes a little of the stress off.
Yeah, let me
I
wanna.
saw you pass the buck. Here, you teach my wife so I don't have to.
You don't yell at new people.
That's exactly why I did that. I knew what you were doing.
Yeah, so you want to go again? You want to play? Or?
You gonna do it? You gonna see see how these decks stack up.
And then I could go get my green and red cards from the card too, if you wanna get different cards in the mix.
You got Pocahontas?
I don't know if I'd risk leaving the convention center.
I don't think so. I don't think I have any Pokemon. I might, I don't know.
I mean, obviously we.
Yeah, what I need to do is get some water, but BRB.